No. Hi guys, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Idafi Matthias. You're gonna love to come in Elegbete on the sports. Sorry for coming on behind schedule, 4 minutes late. It's a bit of a technical problem beyond my control. But then I've got my cup of tea, courtesy the amazing, beautiful, and elegant Mrs. Idafi. Yeah, this woman says I must become a Jabota by force, by fire, by force. And I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying to get there. Drinking tea in the morning. You know, wow. Uh, for this old age, now they want to tell me to Ajabota for old age, very old age, good old ripe old age. But that for do. What I go do? I go just they take and they go like that. Twirl like thought warrior. They go slow. May not be like say they should be the mama fly. No understand. Today na Champions League day. Should I do the whole show with Pigeon English? If okay, some foreign people they always join us, so may not be like say they don't understand what they talk, but we'll go push out the go like that. Sha. Uh-huh. Champions League day today, okay, and many, the way the Champions League could be, I don't know whether now because of the last edition, the last one for this format to, it be like say this year Champions League not really sweet like that, or because AFCON not too sweet. So I can't expect everything to be like AFCON, and because AFCON no, you know, let's say AFCON different from this one. Because they do me one kind like our game supposed to be very, very intense. Imagine the fixture PSV versus Dortmund, Inter versus Atletico de Madrid. I don't know what I do now, the way they do me, but not just the way I say them. I want to get on my own feel about it. But the major conversation, so there was a talk that Mikel Arteta should focus on the Champions League. This might just be the season. And the reason why that is it's because apart from Man City, there's really no other team that's really playing at the very top of their game. So you have Madrid in the competition, who, for as long as they're in the Champions League, they're also favorite, but they're not really at their very best. Okay, they're not at their imperious best. They are beatable right now with all the injuries that they're dealing with and all that. They are beatable and they could easily be knocked out. They won their first leg 1-0 against a very weak team, and RB Leipzig or whatever it is, and there's a possibility. And if you look at that game itself, they were helped by referee. Then there is no Manchester United. Barcelona doesn't look like there's a team to worry about. Paris Saint Germain, even though they won their first leg 2 goals to nothing, they are beatable. Bayern are not really, firing on all cylinder. Talking about Bayern, the news also came out that now, after saying they will not sack Thomas Tuchel, there is a chance that he might get fired. There is a very tiny, itty bitty chance that he gets fired. And when he does, a certain guy who used to be a bus driver at Manchester United, only on the wheel, is the guy they are looking at to come and stay on the interim before they look for a coach that would, run them for long. So that's one. The Manchester United are now being asked that, look, we're not saying you should not employ Dan Ashworth, but Newcastle says there's going to be transfer fee. Yeah. And that transfer fee is going to be more than 60 million because this man have a contract that keeps him here for another 2 years. And we did not plan to replace him. He's doing a good job with us. The man also, Dan Ashworth also wants to go, right? Let's put that one in the right perspective. Uh, Sir Jim Ratcliffe and this Ineos group wants him on their team. There is no hiding that fact. And I wish that this is how player transfers are done. Whether the window is open or the window is not open, you can chase anybody you want to chase. You can demand, and then when the transfer window come, you take the player. All this one he's been tapped. It's not been tapped. And go and sit down. People have phone. People have different agent. People around them. You can always tap people. So all those tapping laws should be banished, right? But if you're a Man United fan and you are called to advise management, you are called to advise HRO, would you have advised them to pay? The question is, should Man United be forced to pay more than 60 million to poach Dan Ashworth? They are wrecking Newcastle's transfer business Dom King argues on it's all kicking off. Should they be asked to pay? And if they are asked to pay, should they pay it? Or should they just say, you know what? There are other people in the business, in the streets, okay? Let's go get them. Yeah, yeah. Let's not bother ourselves about this than Ashford. After all, what does it really bring? Okay. Well, Bayern Munich are monitoring ex-Man United boss Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as a potential interim replacement if they decide to put the plug on under fire management. There's a big if there, but most times when this kind of comments are coming out, brother, the if is as good as yesterday's talk because firing is about to happen. Olivia Holt wrote this. He said the art of center forward play is changing, and why Terminator Haaland is still the only player keeping Liverpool and Arsenal awake at night. Very soon, the way the number 10 position have gradually died off is looking like gradually the center forward position of the great Alan Shearer and the rest will die off. Something does not start overnight. It started with Thierry Henry. This thing about center forward dying off. Back in the day, we grew up with clear-cut center forward, a center striker, Rashidi Yekini. Yes, Jimmy Floyd Hasselback, Robbie Fowler, Iron Rush, twin strikers of Dwight York and Andy Cole. Those were the days. Then Amokashi became eight and a half. Then Rashid, what's it called? Thierry Henry became 7, 8, 9, 10, 7, 8, 9, no, 7, 8, 9, 11. Yeah, 7, 8, 9, 11. Only in. Then Mosala took it. No, no, not Mosala. Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi took it to a whole another level. Like took it to the heavenlies. They took it to the heavenly levels where nobody can even reach. So center forward like them Robbie Van Persie now look like if you now go and sign this kind of player now, it's like you're wasting your time. People like Lewandowski now are now endangered species. The last of the Mohican is obviously Hurricane and now what's it called? Allen Haaland, right? And Mbappe is already following the Thierry Henry route, to be wide player coming in from the wide side. I need time, I need space for speed. But this is something that people like Chego Degbami were doing in the 70s, late 70s, and early 80s. Nobody, once it happened in Africa. Have you noticed that once something happened in Africa, nobody agrees that they've been doing it in Africa. We learned from them. They will always make it look like they don't know anything. Let's go and bring our own. Let's bring our own person that would do it. I have some very beautiful conversation the other day with some people. Clarence Seedorf and John Barnes started a conversation that I now built up with some ex-players. I'm not going to be able to mention their name to stay there. But I just want to ask. Permit me to ask. Are black coaches that bad that they never get a chance? And when I say black coaches, I'm saying all black coaches. Whether it's Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira, So Campbell, Paulie Ince, John Barnes, Clarence Seedorf, Edgar Davids, for as long as they are black coaches, how come they don't get a chance? Okay. And then black ex players. How come they don't get a chance? You see all them Pavel Nedved and the rest of them having administrative rule at the club where they played before. But their black players don't get it. What is black players good for? Only to play when it comes to the intelligent work. I mean, small children just retired like them when Rooney, then Frank Lampard, they've coached Everton, coached Chelsea, even though they failed in that. When Rooney have gone everywhere, go to the US, come back, failed at that as well. Mikel Arteta, before even wash the pants clean. See the West Mama pant to his coach as assistant coach at Man City, and now he's coaching at Arsenal. He just might end up winning a title with them. He's already won the FA Cup. What's up with black coaches? Now, from the conversation I have that I cannot divulge, unfortunately, I am bounded by an NDA. But from that conversation, this is what I have to say. And this is why I was very pissed with Okocha nonsense talk about not liking the MPFL and liking the EPL. First of all, that's no contest. The MPFL and the EPL should not be mentioned in the same contest. It's like saying, which do you prefer, Ferrari or Keke Napep? Listen, Keke Napep is a means of transport. It takes you from point A to point B. We should appreciate the virtue, the value that Keke Napep brings. But it is unfair to put Keke Napep in a conversation with Ferrari. Okay, I don't know if you guys understand what I mean by that, but by talking down the kekena pep, you will not even make it worse. Okay, because when the thing about influence is leadership. If you sit in some kind of room or some types of table, you would understand. And I like fans. Fans will say, but they spoke the truth. Okay. What you don't understand is the more powerful you get, the less you should speak. Yes, the more powerful. And power is not about politics, okay? It's also about politics, but it's not only about politics alone. There is power of influence, right? If you influence, say, over 1 million people, you got to be careful what you say. And that's brings it to why I would never, ever, ever have respect for anybody who is a Nigerian pastor because they talk rubbish all the time. Okay. The one that you guys respect the most recently, I've been talking rubbish over and over and over and over. Since 2012, Sha has been talking rubbish. Like every time he opens his mouth, he talk nonsense. The recent one is that members of every denomination will bow down to member of his own denomination. And then later again, he started praying, "Hey, shall know me, God forgive us, God have mercy." God will not have mercy. Oh. This suffer wall of bring upon us, I go be around. I never say anything. I always say if you can survive with me, to I go feel survive. It hit me hard, though, but let's come back. So when I look at that, and I'm saying, if at the point of retirement, it does look like ex-footballers from Africa or black ex-footballers, but let's focus on the African ones because those ones that choose abroad country, let them go and get their cake where they chose. I'm not going to fight their fight because it doesn't look possible that I can fight it. If they're not going to get proper job again, is it not high time they start using their influence to fix the leagues in Africa? By okay, so if you have influence by getting access to government, Ahmed Musa, for instance, okay, that's the reason they call him the governor. Ahmed Musa, for instance, can walk into the government house of any state or the presidency. Use that influence now to influence decisions that favors the advancement of the club in the state where you have influence, the advancement of the teams that are there, the advancement of the stadium, the facility, to improve the facilities and improve a lot of things. Because at the end of the day, between you and me, those are the places that you will fall back on to come and work. It's always God forbid, I can never go and work there. I can never be there. Until 10 years after you retire, you now realize that that is the only option that you have. Okay. And I'm saying this because I keep seeing and hearing ex-footballers. The 94 class thought that they would never be needing job. Okay, bet companies are not people even think there's a conversation how to ban bet companies. So for those ones who think, oh, bet companies will give us branding sponsorship, well, there's conversation to ban them again. I don't know if they will be able to ban them anyway because the kind of money that they even give the Nigerian government in the first place, what government will ban something that provide money for them? I don't know. That's how you know that I'm not cut out for this teaching. What's up? Just splash tea for my body. Well, either ways, anyways, the way, anyway, my left is not front. I'm just saying that for the sake of things. Well, Thomas Frank claims that Phil Foden is the closest England will get to a Ballon d'Or winner as he backs the Man City star to become only fourth English player to receive the award. If Phil Foden is what England have for Ballon d'Or, England, they never born the player, we go win the Ballon d'Or. That's my position. My people out there who are watching, watch your position. Does Phil Foden against the multitude of others? Why would Phil Foden be the closest and you have Jude Bellingham? I don't understand. Thomas Frank, the thing where you smoke, I don't know. You have Jude Bellingham and you said Phil Foden is the closest. Am I to accept that Phil Foden uh, Phil Foden is better than Jude Bellingham? Please, you guys get in on the conversation. Let me know. Jesse Match reveals what to expect from new Crystal Palace boss Olivia Glasner and his tactics, having been a rival of his in Germany. Now, another foreigner have come to take the job that English people do not know how to do well. So, why am I saying that? Crystal Palace confirmed appointment of Olivia Glasner as their new manager on deal until 2026, with the announcement coming just 80 minutes after Roy Hodgson stepped aside after health scare. Not really health scare. He was told that Baba We know what embarrass you. That's the truth. Like Arsene Wenger, when they say Arsene Wenger wasn't sacked, Arsene Wenger was sacked. Oh. He was fired. He was fired. But that's why I say, Baba, more no go embarrass you. More no go use you take because this might be your last job. So just respect yourself. Pretend like say na health reason. I make you come up for the job, but we are sacking you. I say, okay. Let me control the narrative, and that's how it is. Neymar likes a social media post blasting his former PSG teammate Kylian Mbappe for leaving the Ligue 1 side and blames the ego of a certain Frenchman for the club's problems. Oh, really? I thought it was Neymar's fault. Now it's the ego. Arsenal in I read odd form with 21 goals in just 5 Premier League games. So how have Mikel Arteta side turned things around after their mid-season slump without an elite striker? Me, Sefe, I'm not going to analyze that one. It's hardening me. It's hardening me. And now that brings us to the conversation that we are having this morning. You are Mikel Arteta. You are the Arsenal boss. You are the Arsenal manager. You are the Arsenal IOPS. You are even above Mikel Arteta. You are Edu. You are the Josh Kroenke and the rest of them. You're sitting on the board this morning and you're saying, okay, next week we're going to play in the Champions League. Right now we're fine form in the league. We're scoring goals like goals are going out of fashion. And 21 goals have been scored by Arsenal, just as we have 21 people viewing us. I don't understand. This channel don't invest now. We are the 200 and 500 people and the 4,000 people who would they get before. Don't invest now. Well, let's focus. After all, when I was coming up in this business, they said, imagine that you're talking to one person. That's where the conversation is sweet. Always focus your mind on one person. So let's focus on one person. And I still need to beg on to like him again. I'll be okay. Well, no problem. So you're sitting on that board and you're having a re-strategizing your KPIs, and you're looking at the target. There are only 2 competitions that you are in, but they are the 2 biggest competition you could be in at this stage of the season. The Champions League, you're still there, and the English Premier League, you are in on the title race. You're zoning in on the title race. Yes, it's not completely over. You're not out of it. You could win it. Don't forget that Liverpool plays Chelsea this coming weekend, and somehow Man City, for instance, will be playing their standing game against Brentford today. Just imagine Man City losing that one. Ooh, there, yeah. Can they wish for nonsense? I can just wish for nonsense. Yeah. So if Man City wins that game tonight, Man City goes to second, Arsenal goes back to third. The last 5 games, Arsenal have been the most informed team. For Man City was the most informed team before. Liverpool was the most informed team. Then Arsenal beat Liverpool. And then 2 games after, Liverpool have won back-to-back games. But then Man City was the most informed team until Chelsea drew them, and Arsenal have 5. They have what they call flush, 5 straight wins. Okay, so they are in that place where they can say to themselves, "Well, we're doing well." Arsenal can only pray today that Brentford, even if it's a draw, not even beating Man City. Beating Man City is too much to ask. But Liverpool plays Chelsea, who are the owners of the tent, right? Now the thing about Chelsea is what they did to City, the game before the City game, they won 3-1, and then they played 1-1 with City. They could have won that game if Mikel Jackson was not, doing his thing in slow motion and doing thriller, doing bad, and wasn't a smooth criminal at all. It should have been a smooth criminal on the day, but it wasn't. But creamy. Okay. So, but like I was saying, if the board sits down and say, guys, we don't have a very big squad though, like City. We cannot rotate like City, but we're in form right now. The form is good. We don't know if this form can be sustained, because that's how we will start a season with good form, and then somewhere this Bukayo Sakana will play like Mumu, other guy will play like Otondo, and then before you know it, Martinelli will be running out of the field, and Trossard will play like he's blind, like he's Batman that does not wear his Google wear, or like he's Osimhen that cannot see goal at the AFCON. Now let us come back and reappraise, because eventually Gabriel Jesus will come in now and not be able to walk on water or heal the sick or raise the dead, and then Lazarus will stay dead in the tomb. Okay, what do? Let's focus our energy, okay? And the Premier League is Darth Vader, right? The Champions League is Thanos. Which is easier to kill? Which is easier to defeat? Let's focus our whole energy, the Jedi Force. Let's put it on killing Darth Vader, or let's go, recapture, spend time, get into the time machine, get into the what's it called? What's that thing that quantum? The quantum physics. Let's do quantum physics. Let's go back in time and then come back again with some of the Avengers alive and then unalive them and then realive them and then who if we choose that word unalive? It's like how strange it is. Like in the future now, that's how people will be writing on the unalive him instead of they killed him. Well, let's move on. And then we'll take the Infinity Stone. Which one is easier, to take the Infinity Stones from Thanos or to kill Darth Vader? Darth Vader in this contest of Star Wars being the Premier League, and Thanos in this contest of the Avengers being the Champions League. That's a conversation I want us to have. If you want to call in, you can call in 070-2500-0069. You can call in and let's hear your take on the show. Actually, when I go back to replay the live, I like the fact when people call in, I just like, the feel that I'm hearing people's voices also, not just me for maybe sometimes 1 hour, 30 minutes or 2 hours. So if you feel the need to call, if you're in the abroad, you know how to do it now. +234 it's 7025000069. So if you're there, I'm here. Let's have a conversation. I think the whole idea that everybody must comment on the YouTube is not making us forget that we can actually call this a phone. Like you guys asked me to bring this phone, like before I disable it completely. Bring the phone. Now you don't want to call in again. Okay. But let me read a few messages that I have here. Why am I having few messages? That I don't understand. Stepmonic say, Uncle Elegbete, your boy need job. Oh, hey, I can be your. Who will need PA for hard economy? Which I want to take PA do to the hold this cup of tea? First off, I not get job. How can somebody who not get job give PA to another person we not get job? I don't understand. The two blind people they lead each other. Not because I want for put. I not get job. I dare here they work from home. Yeah, I need a PA. I don't understand. Go find a family $10 or them Bonner boy. Them all those people will get to work. Where they get plenty work, they work too much. Go find them, they give you PA work. Other than video 30 BGs. They tell me say I don't understand. Which job I want give you? Me will be the most jobless since 2017. I'll be they sack me for work. What do you worry yourself? Oh, okay. As a PA, what you want to do? You want to do tea for me? Oh, you want to escort my wife? They go a shop, they come back. Shoot, I don't understand. Though. Please don't ask for a job from me right now, man. No, just verse. Christian Amieze says, good morning, boss. How are you pushing in this Niger as it read like this? Man, I tell you, he read so see, God bless my diaspora brothers, so because every once in a while, and they'll say, guy, have fun, say your account number, mobile phone. People like Aroturego, people like Dr. Sheson, God go bless them for me, if not be them. I don't know. This is why they really talk. The follow now they do show. I'm not good. I've not pack up. Sit down the go newspaper stand. They go follow people argue. They do attack. They have another decrease too because the economy hard. Before normally you go buy bag of rice for us. I don't realize that we don't go back to going to measure. Like I can't remember. Like it's like back in the day, I was still in my mother's house. So they measure cup of rice like by like small pint of rice for house for a black nylon. It used to be bag of rice in my kitchen. I can't remember now. I never seen bag of rice since they remove subsidy for our life because it's not only for that they remove subsidy. They remove subsidy for our life, and this is true. Forget all this. All people say packaging and if you know they talk like this about yourself, it's not good for your brand. When I leave all this talk of brand, all this talk of brand, I make person the poor. Moko no they lie you. It's not been easy, but we're surviving. But the funny thing. So let me tell you one of the things that always intrigue me in all of this. In the middle of all of this, I still see people who still reach out to me. They've not eaten, and sometimes you think that they're lying, but when you look at yourself, you know that this could be you. And what you're asking for is not much. Sometimes they just need you to give them money to buy gari, to buy beans, like those base food that stays for long. Buy gari, buy beans, so nobody's even asking. Before somebody will call you, that I don't know if you guys have those kind of friends, but I have some. I used to have some that I've blocked. They'll call you, oh boy, early money, oh boy, with the club, we don't buy past our level. I beg. Send me like 250K first, Martin join money. Later, I go refund you. And some of them, when you go send them, they're not going to refund you again. Or I come this karaoke bar, I come one Sean's bar for Sanisu Fafua. You know where Sean's birthday for Sanisu Fafua? He used that place. So I can't do. Would they do one thing lead to the other? And I saw the thing that be even for worry. Well, people will call now that one ID piss me off pass. All the record to my day turned out fire all of now. With the sharp corner for my road. With they Auntie's kitchen that side for with the airport road. But without drink pass our ATM. I bet just take this account. I'll send you the account now. Just send me small thing. I was like, what's wrong with this idiot? I don't understand. Like me send you money. First off, I need a drink. Since when me and you know each other, we never sit down together drink before. I'll send you money for alcohol. Okay, war. I can understand. In the middle of all of this, two people don't like picking no well, wife no well. I've been there, so I know. In those kind of cases, even if I not get, that's why I'm very grateful for the Elevator TV family WhatsApp group. Those people, nah, me are there forever. They like me. If those ones even like me, they offend me. They are forgiven a million times. And there be the people who deserve the 70 times 70. That the only people who deserve any forgiveness, anything what they do, nobody's going to be angry with them. Those ones, they have forgiveness for life. I call on them like, guys, when somebody does me to blood the flow, let's, come through. We'll just come through for them. But he had, Christian, I don't feel life for you. He had. He said, for your question, I will go for both. Nothing sure, nothing is guaranteed. Okay. That one a risk you take, so because if you just lose it, if you just lose the two at it once, so but any asha. Step Monic now reply Christian Amazing. He say, I swear, Baba, everywhere red now love feast for church. I even shop last because even Indomie don't cast. Say Indomie. You saw I was complaining that Indomie is 7.5. Abi, it's not 8.5. Yes. I used to tell people that I don't drink Coke. I don't drink mineral. Now Coke is 350. Babe, check Coke is 350 now. Mrs. Daffy, how much is Coke? How much is a bottle of Coke? Like a plastic can of Coke is how much? 350, Abby? Okay, it's 300, but some people are selling 350. Now, I'll use 350 go buy poison drink. No, I drink water, I drink, but agua, or this tea that have cinnamon inside. Cinnamon, Lipton, Agbo. That's this one is good. Oh, this one is anything other than this one. Forget it. This is the highest. Like this is my highness when I want to high. This one with my wife, they give me the money. This is my highest. Now nothing, anything above this level. Nah, no, cut your coat according to your size. What is that? But God bless all the people that have, like they just reach out to you. Oh, but send me your account number. I know how hard it is. I know you are forming packaging. You don't want to ask, but I have small like $100. If I send that to you, the value in Nigeria go still help you buy data. I go help you buy for especially for 1 gallon 20K. Like that's for as I do the show finish now, they go off the fuel. I they go off the gem. Can no 1 year. Forget the heat. Where the heat they do me. I don't even use my generator pump water again. The normal lights no come. Make the pump water for that 30-40 minutes for this compound. But all of us go shit, use a newspaper clean your show. Now we know you shit to nylon, tie them, fling them like hosted days. You don't understand? Sorry. I know so now they doing all these now people now they form like say this economy where they hit me, so you need the hit now. But no. My Mike, I say good morning, no boy. I get code. You get code. Oh, sorry. My Mike, I say make una like the page. I don't tired to the beg. I need to beg them again. You know what I need to talk about them again. Stepmonic say, Uncle Elegwete, please, so you cannot leave your boy like this to be jobless. So even if it means I can replace that your boy in the studio that I usually present. You never ask say why I leave studio come my house because they do show. So you want to come my house this morning because they do show. May you watch my wife walking around the thunder on fire. Before you cut to my wife, leave me. My friends, stay your house. Go Papa, go find work for Papa. Lord Mayor say Arsenal should go for 2 to keep the momentum. Facing one competition sometimes is not moral motivation. Now you write, I'm not be me. I say it right there. I'm not noticing. I mean, right or read upside down. Habib Ayodeji say, if Iron Man can take the Infinity Stone from Thanos, anything is possible. The question why I want to now be say, is Mikel Arteta and Arsenal Tony Stark? Do they have the capability, the Egba Honorable people sing a song. Oh no, tan egba error, egba error. Yes. Do they have the egba or the udu? From Udu Kingdom. Do they have the udu, the heart, to go and catch Thanos in his hand before he do like this and take the Infinity Stone, the Infinity Hand Glove? And I don't want to have the question. So, Lord may I say, everybody go still drop point sharp. But if my boys win one trophy, I go over appeal. Abi Bayodeji say, boss, what's your take on Bruno Fernandes? Every time I watch him play, it looks terrible, but the stats suggest otherwise. So Bruno is a kind of guy that there is something about him in terms of the movement and the runnings. I think he needs to calm down. Bruno is not a bad player. Bruno is not a bad player. I can't sit here and tell you, say, in that my usual word of Bruno knows how to play ball. No, he doesn't fall into that category. Bruno is a good player. Bruno have one thing that a lot of players don't have. The same thing that Toni Kroos have. But the difference between Bruno and Toni Kroos is Toni Kroos have mastered the act of calmness. Thank God he played briefly under Pep Guardiola. The act of being calm. And that's one of the things that Pep Guardiola brings to a lot of the players that play under him. You can run, you can do all these things that you're doing, but you are going to be a lot more successful if you can stay calm, if you can relax. And that's just what Bruno needs to add to his game. Remember when Osimhen first went to Napoli, when he first started, he would be running, running everywhere like Nkapi. Igbo people will explain what Nkapi is. That's mat. That rat we get long mat with the smell already. They run everywhere like that. But I think, we got talking and like, guy, calm down. Your job is to score goal. Nobody is going to reward you for running, covering the most blade of grass. Your heat map is all over the place. Calm down. When you did that, boss, calm down. Because I know I was a runner in my day. So I know when you don't run, if you don't have it, sometimes when you matter most, blood don't go your brain too much. Your eye, your vision will come the blood. So be calm. That's why people like them Filippo Inzaghi, people like them Ciro Immobile, they score goal. He no go run. Immobile, he more than no runner. We be 11 for this feed. Goalkeeper stand one place. Me too. I'm like I'm standing here. I'm not running nowhere. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was always a sub, but if you remember, he wasn't a runner. Run where? Babatov will go stroll for 90 minutes, and Messi the stroll. Messi not stroll Babatov now. Babatov go stroll from his own half, go the other opposition half. He goes to score goal. He scored 30 goals in a season. Okay, and that was the time where scoring 30 goals was miraculous. Okay, the miraculous ladybird. That was when scoring 30 goals was the miraculous ladybird, right? So he now calmed down, and we saw it. Scored 5 goals in 6 Champions League games. Scored 26 goals in I think 29, 28 La Liga, Serie A games, and all that. So I think that's what Bruno Fernandes need. I'm not going to be here and shit on him and say, oh, Sabi play ball, he's not good enough. He's a very, very good player. Not world class, but very good player. And it's not far from world class. He just need a little bit of, and then, playing in the team that have it going. If Bruno Fernandes was in Man City and somebody asked me, I've had this conversation before, who was he going to replace? That time that Ike Gundogan was leaving, Bruno Fernandes is a perfect guy to go there. The thing with Pep Guardiola is Pep Guardiola coaches you. And I'm not saying it because, you're a fan of Pep Guardiola, he doesn't do wrong. No. All the people that have played for him, the ones that have criticized him, the criticism they give Pep Guardiola is like, it's like that one that Mikel said about Sunday. Said, he did not play me. He did not have the balls to talk to me. Who be you where coach want to talk to you? I'm not playing you. Get out of my team. Coaches know they talk to players. That's not as I not like Alex Ogaserich, I like him for how he cut people off. If you know the good enough, get out of my team. I'm going to go on and win. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, he didn't have the balls to talk to me. Who cares? Jose Mourinho talks to you. That's his style. My style is I don't talk to you. I give you the silent treatment. Silence is the best answer given to a fool. They're talking, so I don't even get problem. So for that, I look at him as like, if this guy was playing under Pep Guardiola, unless he's Kevin Phillips, we don't get sense, he would have been a better player. Because apart from Toni Kroos, there's no other player in European football today that passes the ball forward like Bruno Fernandes. And that's something you give credit to a player for. He's always looking to take the ball forward. The reason why he had a great season when he played with Paul Pogba the first season was because Paul Pogba is another forward playing player. You give it to Paul Pogba, he's continuing it. So because he's running, you notice that most time he gets the ball, give it to Paul Pogba, and he's running already. And the opposition is keeping a highlight. So Paul Pogba just puts the ball on the space, and you see Bruno Fernandes is meeting the ball on arrival easily because there's that understanding. Just the same way Paul Pogba have, built a very beautiful understanding with Zlatan Ibrahimovic and all that. So sometimes you need those kind of players. The way what's that short Spanish player that made Ozil look great? Santi Cazorla. The way Santi Cazorla made Ozil look like the greatest guy. When Santi Cazorla left, Ozil became like, the worst player ever. The sorcerer without his wand, without his magic wand. So sometimes this has happened. But long and short, I think that the criticism from Bruno is too much. And sometimes I have also criticized him, but I think that he's way better than a lot of people think. It's just that Man United have too many players who are not as mobile as you would expect, as the potential that they have. If you play Anthony Martial, he's not that mobile anymore. Rashford, I don't know where his head is at. His he head is somewhere. He wants to renew his contract. Well, he's English players anyway. That's what the English players they behave. That I've experienced a lot of them in Arsenal. Jack Wilshere, Joe Walcott, Aaron Ramsey, all those English players. Chambers. What's this last one again? That did that nonsense. I scored one beautiful goal against Brighton last season, and then everybody know what. After that, enough he play ball again. What's his name? Oh God, that's not player. That guy that scored one last minute goal that everybody was shouting that this is the scuff that champions are made of. I was like, yes, now this has now win title. What's his name? Reece Nelson. Yeah, Reece Nelson is his name. All those English players. If you notice English players, core English players, that's what they do. The final year of their contract, give them 2 seconds. They go perform magic for you. After that one, go just renew their contract first. When I not say Eddie Nketiah. Eddie Nketiah, since he score all those goals when they give a new contract to, he score goal again. Sure, before they bring her from bench, he'll go score hat-trick. He'll go score against Man United, score against some of the best teams. Okay, now. English people, the days of them when Ronnie and Mikel went, it don't go. No English player gets sense again. All of them, they useless finish. But hey, that's a different topic for another day. Let me say, one general overseer say Nigerian problem, a spiritual problem. When I go see go their church, when I go to go shout amen. For Mumu talk, people talk any. When I not say the person Mumu, shout it, somebody shout hallelujah. When I go there, go flow myself. All of us go suffer the suffer. When they believe nonsense people, yeah. Spiritual problem. Nigeria's spiritual problem reached Israel. Israel was the headquarters of spiritual problem at one time. One man of God by the name of Elijah caught fire from heaven, and he killed 450 prophets of Baal in one day. You be man of God. You say people, fellow Christians who now you want me the bar before you. Oh, yeah, make the spiritual problem bar before you now. Show your power. Opportunity not there to show your power now. I don't know how they're going to fool themselves. Only you come and say everybody, every other fellow Christians. Some people say nah pagans. So fellow Christians for that, like the talk, it just the foolish. Like so, there's still competition between Christians and Christians. Go bar before your member. Now you say we get a spiritual problem. Oh, yeah, show your power. That power where Christians want a bar before you, so enough use that same power to kill the spiritual problem. If you become the one who rescue Nigeria from spiritual problem, it go bad. After all, is that not the calling where you get? More never talk about that. More focus on football. Man, I go to talk to one go make me invest right this money. This money, so I did my own peaceful space. I'm enjoying myself. Let me say, boss, I beg you, they believe in start because if you see Bruno Fernandes start for EPL, he passed Kevin De Bruyne. No, so like I've always said, I've got my eyes and I trust my eyes. I trust my eyes. I trust my instinct. I don't completely put stats aside. But my problem with stats is that sometimes if you don't watch the game, that's where stats will fool you. So let me give you a very good example. And Xavi and Iniesta said it perfectly well. So Xavi and Iniesta were in one conversation one time, and this is what they said. That the problem with stats is that the machine that takes stats, record everything because it is programmed to. So if, for instance, you're standing in the center of the field, you're standing at the center. Let me use this. You're standing at the center of the field. This is the center of the field, right? You're standing here. This is your position area. This is supposed to be your position goal area, right? And you're standing here. You're standing here. If you give 10 passes backward to your side, to your center back, start people will count it that you made 10 complete passes. But those passes didn't go anywhere. Those passes didn't go anywhere. And then another person played in that same position and gave only 5 passes forward, and those 5 passes led to 4 goals. Start will come out after maybe the game and say you gave 4 complete passes, the other guy gave 10 complete passes in 90 minutes. And so those people who believe in stats and don't believe in their eyes will not say you are a better player than the guy who gave 4 passes forward. But then those 4 passes led to 4 goals. Your 4 passes just went backward, and sometimes the secondary pass that came off your pass was the one that the opposition pressed to go and score you guys twice. But stats will just say you gave 10 complete passes, the other guy gave 4 complete passes. 4 complete passes led to 4 goals. Your own, you now concede 2 goals in the process. So that's where I have problem with stats. But apart from stats, and again, let's be very honest now, we cannot all watch the same game, watch all the games. So sometimes we still have to believe in report. But when you do my job as long as I have done it, then you not train yourself enough to know. One of the secrets that I quickly learned, and was somebody that Hopper that taught me that. He said, when you read a website, when you read a story of a game that you did not watch, do not believe in the article alone, because the writer, there is no objective writing. It might be, you might be thinking it's objective, but there's actually no objective writing. The writer, first off, remember that he is paid to build a narrative. And the narrative might be for a club or against a club. That's one. The narrative might be for the league. It's like me now. If I do a content for the Nigerian league, it is always going to be subjective because I am a promoter of the Nigerian league. Nothing can go wrong with me. But I would design it in such a way that when you watch it, you say, oh, this is objective production. This is fine. This is this. It doesn't mean that there's no violence in the stadium. It doesn't mean that there are no bad officiating. It doesn't mean that sometimes teams don't come late. Salaries have not been held back. But I won't put all that on my content on around the MPFL because I am trying to sell the league. But when you watch it with the neutral eye, you think, oh, this is beautiful content. So, but what you would do, what is objective is when you're done reading the whole article, that's the framework of the match now. Go down to the comment section. That's why I like Daily Me, because Daily Me have a lot of people. Go down to the comment section. People who were at the stadium, who were at the games, will be at the comment section rebutting some of those articles, some of the things. And then you now have to do what they call cognitive reasoning. You have to sit down in your own and, get in your Zen mode and be the Jedi and just call on the Jedi Force to teach you how to use it. So most, and this happened a lot when I was in Brilla. My colleague like, how did you come about all this? Like, you do watch all the games? And I'll just smile. Because I don't have to explain myself to them. We're working together. You have the business of watching the game. And some like Overdose. Overdose practically watch more games than I do, right? And you'll be wondering, like, how come you're able to analyze it like this? And I'm like, Overdose, listen, I don't know if you have seen this job as your life, but I have seen it as my life. And I kind of like want to leave a mark when I am gone. And I used to tell, I said, see, you see this thing where, our chairman was fond of saying one thing. And the Brilla, nobody can hold us down. Soldier go, soldier come, barrack remain. And I used to say, and I remember I used to say this thing. I said, not be every player they feel they replace. So some players, they come out for team they relegate to. And I used to use Leeds United and Bolton Wanderers as example. I said, this soldier go, soldier come. Some players will come out. This team go relegate to. When I know they use that, they brag, because the truth is some people sabi the work past others. Look at Barcelona. They don't even see good. So they are still going to play in Champions. They are in third position now. Some players, when they Mark Viduka and they are Kiwell, some of them I don't know those names. Them come up for Leeds United. They relegate. When them Okocha, them Dugari, them what's it called? Them what's that guy? Yori Jokev, Michael Richards. Michael Ricketts and Jesse Yaskolina. They come up for Bolton Wanderers. They relegate to that guy, Kevin Davis. We get big head. They relegate. So now be every person will come out, say soldier go, soldier come. Sometimes soldier feel good. When Dogo Yaro come out for Nigerian Army soon, I bandit feel beat Nigerian Army before. Only Dogo Yaro go march from here, take over Sierra Leone, take over Benin Republic, Satoma Principal, take over Liberia. Nah. Small bandits, they beat all of us. Oh. We know the truth. Oh. Don't be soldier, go soldier, come back, criminal. Olafat say, boss, good morning. Be like, I don't miss class this morning. Now you come late. He say, boss, so I don't believe in stats too, but KDB used the same stat to acquire his want for a new contract at City. No, KDB did not use stats to acquire his new contract unless you are blind, and even blind people see football. Unless you are blind, KDB have provided the most assists in the Premier League. That's not stat, that's fact. Stat is when they pad your weakness up. Like when they use stat to pad Nicolas Pepe, scored 20 something goal, 18 of them are penalties. Okay, Kevin De Bruyne have contributed immensely to all the titles that Man City have won. When he was injured this season, Man City were out of the title race. He came back before he could even announce he's coming back. He has scored a goal, created two in incredible fashion. When he was playing last season, what's his name? Erling Haaland scored 56 goals. This season, when he didn't play, Erling Haaland have been stuck in 14 goals since. So you cannot say he used it. Kevin De Bruyne is not the guy you call a stat padding guy. He's beyond all that one. There are players that use stats, not Kevin De Bruyne. Please, nigga, please don't even go there. Let me say he has more goals and assists than Kevin De Bruyne. I swear, I see him, I shock. Yeah, because again, he's played more. He's played longer. Kevin De Bruyne this season will not be the player you want to judge his stat because, I mean, how many games has he played? If you not do it game to goal and assist ratio, you will not be shocked at the difference. So it's really not one. And again, this is the kind of stat that I don't like because when you bring that stat, you try to unbalance it. If you want to bring stats, if you play 20 games and I've played 5 games and you say you have more stats, more goals and assists than me, that's not balanced. Bring somebody who's played in that same position, who's played 20 games with you, and then you can have that conversation. But like I said, Bruno Fernandes is not a bad player. He's just playing in a team that is off color. But again, Man United are beginning to get into that place that we used to know them. I would worry about Man United if I'm anybody. I will worry about Man United. There's a tsunami coming. And this one that Jurgen Klopp is leaving, we don't know if Xabi Alonso will agree to come. And I mean, if I'm Xabi Alonso, I definitely will not come. That this is the biggest mistake he will make is to go to Liverpool next. That's not something to even think about. I would not even try it. I would never try because anybody that would succeed, Jurgen Klopp will flop. And then the next person that will come might also flop. So you don't want to be close to them now. You want to give them chance maybe to suffer for 600 years and then later you come in and rescue. To come for a rescue mission is good. To come and continue success, oh Lord have mercy. It hard though. It hard well. So it's not something that is easy to build on or to pile on right now. But we'll see how it goes, okay? Lord Mayor Boss, do you feel Sambi Lokonga has future in Arsenal, especially his good performance this season? From the very first time he was signed, I said that this is an upgrade to Abu Dhabi, and Abu Dhabi is one player that I liked. I cannot put Sambi in the Patrick Vieira mood yet. Some people have the audacity to even mention his name, and that's one of the things that destroy young players. It was not some people; it was Kevin. It was Vincent Company that said he's in the same class or mold as Yaya Toure. Yaya Toure is the all-time greatest midfielder to play in the Premier League era. Midfielder. My all-time best player to play in the Premier League is Eric Cantona, followed by Dennis Beckham, and then Thierry Henry, and then you put other people that you want to put in. But midfielder, and this is an Arsenal fan who watched Patrick Vieira sign from AC Milan and turn that team's midfield around, okay? And who also watched Roy Keane. Whether you like it or not, Roy Keane is an incredible midfielder. And who's also seen Paul Scholes start and end his career in the Premier League, seen Frank Lampard, seen Steven Gerrard. Yaya Toure is the greatest midfielder to have played in the Premier League ever. There's nobody coming close. Makalele played in this Premier League, but we know he played his best football at Real Madrid. N'Golo Kante played in this Premier League, but he cannot even lace the boots of Yaya Toure. To now mention Simbi, Awilo Lokomba, as in the mood of, man, that's like asking too much. There is a Kit Gillespie that played for Newcastle, is it Newcastle Blackburn Rovers. There's a whole lot of other people that is on their range. If he puts his head down, walk, and forget the hype. And it's hard in today's world, football world, for players to forget the hype. The hype is very big. And find the consistency to play. Find the calm that players like Fernandinho, Rodri have. And again, that's one of the things I say about Pep Guardiola. Players who play under Pep Guardiola have a way of finding their calm. Ruud Gullit's son, what's his name? Ruud Gullit picking. Wait, Ruud Gullit, no one agrees on picking. What's his name? That plays defense. That plays defense for Man City. I've forgotten his name. Yeah, I'll remember. And John Stones, when they came to City, they were all over the place. They were like Nathan Ake. Thank you very much, Lord Mayor. They were like that guy that kicked his cat, that the whole of England was having a meltdown, like they threw atomic bomb for them. That guy that have a very funny face, that used to be Chelsea defender, I will go to West Ham. Old age, they do me. No, Asakpa they do me, not be old age. Asakpa made me forget names, so because football are not called the day interesting to me again. But you guys know what I'm talking about. Just go with me. Zuma, called Zuma. Nathan Ake and John Stone were in the Zuma category. That was their level. They went to play under Pep Guardiola, and somehow you can call Nathan Ake and John Stones in the corridor. They're not there yet. They're not Paulo Maldini. They're not, they're not Ruben Dias. They're not even Steve Bruce and Gary Pallister. They're not there yet. But you could mention them. They're not Nemanja Vidic, even Rio Ferdinand. But you could mention them in the estate. They're not in the front of the estate, but in the back estate of world class. Because they find their zen, their calm, their tai chi under Pep Guardiola. Calmness is one magical thing that works in football. It also works in this job that we do. I've seen people who have talent, and like off the mic, you see them talking, you see the composure, put them on the mic, they want to say 20 things at it once, and that just killed them completely. And sometimes that's like is that calm, they say the greatest skill you can have as a public speaker is knowing how to use the silence. Okay, knowing when to bring it the pause. Okay, knowing when to bring the pause into play helps a lot. And if you listen to some preachers, some public speakers, Obama, for instance, as a president, the worst president ever in the history of humanity. I mean, I don't even want to put him. I don't want to mention Hitler. Now people get angry, but I think he's the worst president ever. But his ability to talk his way out of problems using that pause made him the most loved guy. Even though, I mean, people talk about Donald Trump the other day, and I told one guy, "Do you realize that Obama deported 3 million Mexicans?" I said, it's fact. Check. Don't take my word for it. Go check it. 3 million Mexicans. Donald Trump deported less than a million, 968,000. Okay. But Donald Trump is a bad guy. Okay. Because he knows how to talk anyhow. Right. But this guy, he go to kill you, he go use talk to romance you. So when you look at that pause, that ability to stay calm, sometimes it helps a whole lot. It helps. That's what all these rich people use, and you think they are good people, especially in this Nigeria. You see them, all them Olumelu, that they talk, these are good people. I always ask, oh, guy, you take your money. I'll come here and tell me, especially all those people where for Nigeria where they get money, where they go come church, or they worship, they'll tell you save 30% of your salary. For economy wanna kill. If they dash me oil block, why not deserve? You don't know how I get money to. When some people come out in public and begin to do some things, I'll be like, wanna shut up. Thief the money where they give you chance to thief and keep quiet. Don't be rubbing it on our face. Yeah. You not come from Niger Delta, you go on your block. How? How now? How? I beg you. Let's talk something else. So so that calm is what is needed in selling players. If they can't have it, I think they will do well. Simbi, yes, it's impressing in a place where there's no pressure. Again, remember that Arteta really wanted to give him a chance, but him and Tavares have a problem of selling the game against Liverpool. I can't forget Tavares against Liverpool. He passed the ball, give Mo Salah. The game that Arsenal was controlling, get the ball, play. Zinchenko does that sometimes. That absent-mindedness. That's why I don't like Iwobi as a football player. Pass the ball, give opposition. So if he can be calm and then put up that performance consistently, I'm not one of those guys who pick a player after one good performance. So Casado, after one good season at Brighton, they say he's 100 and something million. Player will not reach to sell for 45 million. Oh. We can't really see him doing well now. Does he have talent? Yes, he's got talent, but you need to put it on the plate on a consistent basis, and then we cannot have a conversation around your being good. So Simbi still needs to. I don't want to push him that much, but I think Simbi still needs to push it a little bit and convince the jury that yes, I'm in the conversation. I'm good enough. I deserve to be mentioned in this light. Then we can now go over his conversation and say he's there, but it's not there yet because there are a lot of players. You know, I think there's a lot of players that are above him. Demola Ibrahim, I'll be able to say, I think Arsenal should focus more on the Champions League. I think they have a chance. Real Madrid and City are the team ahead of them with the way they are playing in the Champions League. Okay, Stepmanic says, see my prayer that all weapon fashioned against them to ban bet company would not succeed. I banned and cast it into bottomless pit. They just no one make boys shop again. And I don't think they would. They make more money than you, so I don't think they would. The government does not stop the things that give them money. Olafat, boss, sorry, I know I might have asked this before, but concerning the MPFL, two games win, you might be out of the relegation or top four, and two losses, you might be in relegation or out of that zone. Okay, what is the question? Is it because of broadcasting or more people paying more attention to the league? Because this is the first time I'm seeing the league this competitive at match day 20 since 2017. I've been following it. I think it has always been like this. One of the things you need to understand with the Nigerian league that a lot of people don't put into consideration. There was a time that Man City was supposed to travel, but they had issues because of ash cloud, and they drove 4 hours. 4 hours by bus. That's like driving from here to Benin to go play a game, and they lost. And Pep Guardiola and the entire Man City hierarchy came out and blame it on the fact that they did not fly. Because the rule in the Premiership says that if the distance is more than 2 hours, you got to fly, right? So they didn't fly at that time, and they said it's because they didn't fly that's why they lost the game. And it was, I think, against Crystal Palace. My point here is when you consider how bad our road is, and again, don't forget, British road are not the quintessential example of good roads. Okay, if you talk about Germany, I can understand, but they are not really as bad as death trap as our own. Yeah, English road, but based on their standard, European standard, English road is not one of the best roads. And people living in the UK will come for me now, but this is my own fact that I can't say their road is not world class. Their healthcare world class, but even that one self now is beginning to suffer a little bit. But long and short is that once you travel all those travel, it is hard to sustain a winning run. That's why I've got mad respect for Doma United and Remo Stars for what they've done. And it is no wonder Remo Stars are top in the league. Why? They fly for most of their matches. They've got a plane that carries them for most of their matches. So they get the result, and then they are in the center of the Southwest. See them and Lagos, Sporting Lagos. See them and Ibadan, Shooting Stars. See them and Kwara, not too far. See them and even Kwara, they fly to Kwara. See them and Sunshine Stars. All those places are possible pockets where they can go steal points and all that. So you need to put that into conversation. If you travel from Uyo by road to Kano, chances are that you will lose it because, again, even you when they do sports, just fold your leg, travel. That's why a bus that is going from Lagos to Benin or Lagos to Warri, you go see stuff for it. You go stop for a stretch leg, small piece, and do all that. So when you travel that way, your body requires about 4 to 5 days to recover. But we're never ready to discuss sports science in this part of our league. So all of those affect it. What has happened this season is that quite a few teams who travel more by air. Rangers, Eyimba, Remo Stars, Sporting Lagos, some of Aqua United, Rivers United, few of this team travel by air, Doma United. It has not bridged the gap. That's why you see a lot more away wins this season than we previously have. It's going to get better. It's going to improve, but we're not there yet. Yes, it's fine. What we have right now is fine, but it is just fine. It's not beautiful. It's not excellent. It's not wow. We're going to get there. We will definitely get there. It's going to take some time. But we need to be patient with the league. We need to be patient with the system and all that, and we'll grow it gradually. So I think that's the reason why it is the way you're seeing it now, and I think it's still going to get better. We're not there yet, right? We're exactly top of the hour right now, and it is 1 hour already on the show. 10:04 is the time. Let me take the last few messages and I go. Lord may I say, Champions League had to heritage they evolve well. My opinion, though, no, you are right about that one because they can pursue it now and then go and meet Real Madrid in the finals. Real Madrid know they lose finals, but if they can win the league, they should win the league. Even the league get heritage. That's why in 2016, where everybody leave for Spurs, they're not get league winning. That one goes. Thank you very much, Christian Anomieze, for the €15 you send us at the time you're giving us this, giving us money from your end. Thank you very much. We really appreciate. God bless you. Thank you so much. Having said that, on this note, but one of the things I've also noticed with this show is like we did last week Thursday. Sometimes when the crowd is not much and the quality of the questions are good, because I go back to watch it, I notice that the analysis is a lot top notch than when we have a lot of banter and all that. I don't know if you guys noticed that anyway, but I always go back to critically look at my show and say, what am I not doing right? Why am I not having enough people here and all that? But thank you very much. God bless you, Christian and Amazing. You ran it up with giving us €50. God bless you. Thank you very much. May God bless all the people who contribute to us so that they can continue to support us. And for supporting us, we will try our best. I mean, I will try my best to give you the very best of analysis. This week, before this week runs out, we just might get the nod. Yesterday, we were told that the proposal was processed and approved. But in Nigeria, let me tell you, I've received a lot of those kind of mails. It has been approved. Oh, yeah, I made a release money. There was a time when we did one project like that. We put up 10 million naira for the proposal. Okay, it was approved by the chairman. The person, the woman with their account, it's in my name, not release the money. The event come and go, and then eventually they not give us our money. So sometimes approval is not release of fund, but I'm hoping that they release fund and then we're able to go. I just want to have a feel of the All African Games. I missed out on the AFCON and it was okay. It was okay because I'd rather stay here and watch over my son at the time than go to the AFCON and be calling Alpha what's happening. So now it's a lot, it's got a clean bill of health. It's fine. It's going back to school. So I can take a risk and go out for 1 month and then come back. And Kalijaye is also doing very well in Italy. Today they are playing against a team from Ukraine. I hope that they win this one so that they get to the quarterfinals. The 4 Nigerian teams made it to the round of 16. Hopefully they all win their game to get to the that matches. You're going to love to come with the on Sports. It's been a great time being on the show today with you guys. What we do today, God bless you. Let's do this again tomorrow for the morning show. But remember, 11 p.m. tonight, we would have the post UEFA Champions League program, the game they talk. Let's get to do that one. Bye bye and have a wonderful day.